What is going on, folks? Will Turbid here. Fake Mike! Nice. Real news. What's going on, guys? The fakest Michael. If you're just joining, yes, it's a goofy intro I do. However, the intro and myself may be goofy, and you can say bad things about me. And that's true, but those are ad hominem attacks. What I would really like you guys to do is try to critique the information I'm about to bring you guys. So check it out, and that goes for all my videos. We got Watch Dizzy. We got Brian up in here. Who's with us? Please share the video. We're going to be joined momentarily by Richard Quinn. And we're going to be getting into some interesting stuff. I'll start putting some things up. D News in the house. What up, Trevor? Let's put this up on screen, huh? Let's take a look at this little thingy thing. Oh, hey, who's been talking about this for like 15 years? What up, Twyla? Purple Beats. Everyone go check out Purple Beats. Subscribe to Purple Beats. What up? What up, Ian? Yep, so this has been something we're talking about for a long time here. Sounds crazy, but yet another one, right? Another one. Another article here. Business Insider. Thousands of people in Sweden are embedding things to replace ID cards. Yeah, because the thing is about your ID cards is you could lose your ID card, right? So why don't you just have it right here? And you'll be safe and sound. And you can put your medical history in there. Oh, hold on, sorry guys, I was restarting. Whew. Every once in a while when Microsoft 11 updates in my head, I got the Neuralink. So I'll update, right? And if I'm thinking about saying something that's politically incorrect, sometimes Microsoft 11 will make me update there. So yeah, so just yet another thing. We told y'all about the Bilderberg Group. We told y'all about geoengineering. We told you about fluoridation in the water. We told you about this right here. We told you about the reemergence of eugenics. We told you about egg salad sandwiches and how the elite love to eat them. And now this is just more and more proof of the stuff that we were saying years ago. We were being called crazy for it, guys. I know we were all being in the chat here. We were being called loons. If you're just joining on the way in, slap of the like, slap of the base, hit the notifications, subscribe. That helps me out. Leave a comment for the algorithm. Helps me out. Most importantly, share. That helps me out. You can find me on all social media platforms. Fake Mike Real News on Twitter. Fake Mike Real News, that's MIC, on Instagram. FakeMikeRealNews.com. Thank you. I just got a donation to my Patreon, which I barely ever promote. Patreon.com/Demand the Truth. Thank you very much. Also have my other channel, Demand the Truth. Eyes on the Audit, Auditing America. Shout outs to Yeah Right the Matrix. Shout outs to CPR Audits. Shout outs to Universal SOL TV. So yeah, $ Fake Mike Real News on Cash App. I'm also on FakeMikeRealNews.com, and I've got an event I'm promoting on my Facebook, which is Will Turbit. I'll put my name here. Please add me as a friend and scroll down, and you'll see a little event that we got going. So I'm gonna put this up on screen. If you guys could please all do that. Also, I forgot to promote yesterday, HeroSoapCompany.com. HeroSoapCompany.com. That's HeroSoapCompany.com. If you use the promo code FakeMike or go to HeroSoapCompany.com/FakeMike, you'll get a discount. It's veteran run. Maybe we'll put that up on screen later today if I don't forget. Veteran run, veteran owned. Portions go to help needy veterans. The owners are veterans. Portion goes to help me, which is awesome too. And people are getting a good product that's not controlled by a huge corporation. So you can check that out too. But those are the places to find me. Fake Mike Real News on Gmail. I try to go through every single one now, but I usually forget. Yeah, TikTok too. Fake Mikey, Mikey on TikTok. I haven't posted there yet, but my first one got taken away. So yeah, let's get into this. Nitrum case. Welcome. Yeah, thousands of people are embedding stuff into their skin. So let's read this a little bit. About 3,000 to make their daily lives easier. People with implants can wave their hand near a machine to unlock the office or gym rather than taking out a key card. I mean, because I can't tell you how much frustration. We're like, oh God, here's this door. I'm gonna pull out a key card. Oh, I've got to open this door with the key. Jeez. So-called biohacking has on the rise as more people depend on wearable technology. My skill, the Malaysian Prime Minister. Do you guys remember Zoolander, right? But many are not concerned with hacking or surveillance at this point. Hey, idiots. You ever heard of the National Security Agency? Well, I have. You ever heard of the CIA? Well, I have. Oh, takes microchip tickets. Oh, that's so great. It's just a slight sting, though. It's just a slight sting. And you've gotten like 7 slight stings this with the cootie shots. Here, you might as well just do one more, and we can just wirelessly send you the next update to the new cootie shot. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Said we were crazy, but guess what? We're true. I may be a weird looking person and may act like one. But guess what? This information right here is Stone Cold Steve Austin. All right, we should be getting our guest here soon, but I do have some other things to cover too. Another thing that I thought was interesting, um, just put this here real quick. So look at the fact checking here too. I had to show you this too. I thought this was cute, really cute. It's a cute cat photo. You guys are gonna love this cute little cat photo here. Fact check: Swedish company, not Microsoft, develops this that can store that. Oh, okay. But didn't you call people crazy at the beginning for that? And I never even said all that. But so there's that, which I think is interesting. All right, who's here with me, guys? Please share the video, guys, and hopefully we'll have Richard up here very soon. Thinking it's let's see if he maybe messaged me or something like that. All right, check it out. Check out. So I thought this was interesting, guys, because we're here, guys. We're in the age of CRISPR. Do you guys know what CRISPR is? Put 1 in the chat if you know what CRISPR is. 2 if you do not know what CRISPR is. But guess what? We're not doing it for you guys that are awake. So guess what? We're just going to look up CRISPR for the new people that are joining, because I know that independent free press, Ian, I know you guys are all sharing. Nitram Case, Lori, I know you guys are sharing, so there's going to be new people on this. So let's see what CRISPR is, shall we, guys? We've covered this many times, but for the new people. Okay, what is CRISPR and how does it work? CRISPR is a technology that can be used to edit genes, and as such will likely change the world. So you want to, maybe you're like that lady, Rachel Dolezal. You guys remember Rachel Dolezal? She was a lady that was trans black. She thought she was black. Well, maybe she can't be black, but maybe she can just pick out, she can design a black kid. Or, maybe you want a really cute baby with gray eyes and a duck face. We just pick it out. Just edit genes. You guys ever heard of this? The study of how to arrange reproduction. CRISPR, arranging reproduction. Weird. Within the human population to increase the occurrence of heritable characteristics regarded as desirable. So, then maybe then we could eradicate all disease, right? Let's just make a super ubermensch race. Sounds like, So we got that going on. We had Klaus Schwab, World Economic Forum boy. We had him talking about how, yes, the same thing I said years ago, he said, oh yeah, by the way, they're going to have wearable stuff, and the next thing it's going to be in you. Thank you, Independent Free Press, 1916. Thank you very much. Why? Can you guys tell me real quick what y'all name means in the chat? Some of them are more obvious than others, but why 1916 Independent Free Press? What did I miss here? I want to learn about you guys. What up, Freedom USA? You guys know that freedom isn't free. It takes folks like you and me. And if you don't throw in your $1.05, who will? Well, I am. I'm throwing down a $1.180. So this is what we're talking about here. So we're going to be living in a world, which I've been talking about for years now, which is going to be like a mix between the Terminator, and speaking of the Terminator, we already have something called Skynet. But let's just see what the original Skynet was first. Skynet Terminator, all right? And you guys tell me if I didn't predict this world right here. Is a fictional artificial neural network, Neuralink, based conscious group mind, and artificial general superintelligence. So we have Skynet China. So we already have the beginning of Skynet now. So we have it here. What's Skynet China? It's an interlinked system of facial recognition software, enables surveillance cameras, currently operated in 16 Chinese provinces. So we got Skynet. You guys remember Ready Player One, that movie? Ready Player One is basically this: you're just in a virtual metaverse, and you're playing video games, and you got an avatar that's way cooler than you are, right? What up, Down the Rabbit Hole with Tennessee Lee? Everyone go check out his page. He does a whole bunch of different stuff over there. Check out his work. Just type it in. Channel's right there, Down the Rabbit Hole with Tennessee Lee. Got a brand new audit. He's going to start doing some audits too. He's got a beautiful little baby channel right there. So let's go help him out. Let's give him a baby shower present. Go give him a subscription and tell him good old fake Mike sent you. Let's see. Down the Rabbit Hole. All right, let's see if we get a few more people subscribed to his channel. Down the Rabbit Hole with Tennessee Lee. Thank you, Colin. Thank you very much. Please share the video. So we have that. So I've been saying that, hey guys, if we don't have a conversation about what they're doing with geoengineering, which is steadily being admitted, about what they're doing with the fluoride in the water, which 2 Harvard studies later has been admitted, with the Bilderberg Group, which now has come out to be true. At first, when I talked about it, they said I was crazy, right? If we don't talk about these things, about Skynet, eugenics, NSA surveillance, implantable tech, the people that are having that conversation, the Bilderberg Group, the World Economic Forum, yada, yada, you guys know the usual suspects, right? So these people are having the conversations, and they're shaping the world the way they want to be. And they're not even really making us privy of this information. This is not like Gabby Petito that you see over and over and over again. Now, I'm going to show you guys a photograph. This here, and shout outs to Titus Frost for this information. Everyone go check out Titus Frost on BitChute. Titus Frost is the man. I disagree with him on a couple things, but overall it does great work. So he was doing a stream. This is Newsweek article. This is like a week or two, April 3rd, 1967, right before the World Trade Center is being built. He's laughing like, new era in banking. Oh, look at me. I'm new. I'm cool. But you zoom in on his clock there, on his little watchy, you'll see the time is actually at 9:11, which I didn't believe at first. I had to go and look it up. But yeah, actually it is, guys. If you zoom in, pretty weird. He's sitting on the Twin Tower site, and I wanted Rich to get a whiff of this here and see what he thought about this. Sitting on the Twin Tower site, like right before it's born, and maybe it's a coincidence. All right, so I'm talking to good old Rich. I think he's going to join us right now. But I wanted him to see this too because I think he'd appreciate that. And it also happened in 1968, and that's it's a big 68 is a big number apparently in gematria, which I'm learning. So pretty interesting stuff here. So shout out to Titus Frost for that information. You can find him barely on YouTube, but I go check him out on BitChute and DLive. Titus Frost. Definitely go check him out. Don't agree with him on everything. Don't agree with anybody on everything. But he's out there doing good work, and we did a lot of good work together. Actually, him and I went down with him when he had the protest outside of Dr. Fauci's. We did an audit there, so that was pretty awesome. Go check my video out, and that's back. A lot of my better videos are back, so yeah, check them joints out. But yeah, I just thought that was pretty interesting, right, guys? I don't know. Let me know if you guys press one if you guys had seen that before. Press two if not, because I've never seen that before. And that's a photograph. I don't even know if I've seen of young David, and usually you see a lot of them in this field of work here. So those are the things I wanted to talk about. I have things lined up with Richard, but I have a whole bunch of other stuff if Richard doesn't come. So we'll see. Thank you, Deanna, for subbing to Tennessee Lee. All right, says he's backstage. Tell him to click in. So hang tight, guys. Thank you guys for subbing to each other's channels out here. Who's coming with me to the rally this September? Press one if you're coming to the rally this September. That's what I really want to know. If you're going to be there, press one. If you're going to be nonviolent, press one. If you're going to hold a sign, that's optional. But hey, yeah. So we got young Davey here, man. I thought that was an interesting little tidbit. All right, so let's go on to. I'll go through some news a little bit, and until young Rich joins us, I have some other notes, but there's too many tabs, so maybe I'll give a couple talking points on what I think. You talked about that yesterday. All right, let's see what Billy says over here. Put this back on the screen here, see what this guy says, because I have yet to read this article. I know he spoke on it, and also I know Dershowitz reiterated the fact that he met Jeffrey Egg Salad Sandwich with, through Lady Rothschild. So that's another connection there to all these other ones too. A wide-ranging interview with BBC's Today program, Bill Gates says conspiracy theories about him are crazy and that being shouted at in public is awful. Ha! Oh, I'm so sorry. He also told BBC's Michelle Hussein that meeting with Jeffrey Egg Salad Sandwich was a mistake and talks about, yeah, he said it was a mistake before, but it's real. It's, here's how it's not a mistake, right? Because he's like one of the richest people in the world, right? Yeah, he's having. This is weird because it's his thing is saying that he's backstage. That's weird. Resend it. I'm trying to resend the link because that's weird. Um, so bear with me a sec, guys. I got the link right here. Copy it. Bam. See if this works. Having some difficulties, but hey, we'll see. So yeah, here's why that's not a mistake, right? Because Bill Gates is the richest guy in the world, and right, why is he? Why does he need Jeffrey Epstein? He doesn't need donations from him, right? And he only befriended him after he got caught the first time for doing what he did, right? Not before, but after. And they met a bunch of times. So it's not just a mistake to do that. Well, I thought he was going to give money for science and stuff like that. Well, why do you need his money? Aren't you way richer than him? Why would you want to take money from someone like that? And also, someone found some CP on computers. I covered this before when I went to Bill Gates' house. The actual news footage is on my Demand the Truth channel. When I go to Bill Gates' house, I put it up on screen in the video. I edited it in. They found CP on one of the houses where he lives out in Seattle, outside of Seattle, right? Don't you have the dopest security? Shouldn't you know about that? Of all people, shouldn't you know? Yeah, we're having some difficulty here, so sorry about that, guys. We want to see if we can get him up. If not, we'll get him on tomorrow, the next day. Um, Someone's saying, how come I'm copying Gematria Effect News? I don't even know shit about Gematria. I'm not copying anything. I'm supposed to have a guest on right now from Gematria Effect, Richard Quinn. So that's why I named that this. So yeah, I'm not trying to copy anybody. So that's that. But so yeah, he knows full well what he's doing. This guy knows full well what he's doing. He knows who he's hanging out with. These people, when you get to that level, they have people do background checks. There's no way this guy didn't know what happened. This guy, no way he didn't know what's up. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't. But then they try to pop up like Tesla. I mean, I'm gonna take a picture just to show this guy what I'm looking at here. It's not even let me send that freaking thing. I'm on beautiful Wi-Fi right now too. So if you guys want to open up to any questions, I have a couple other things I wanted to talk about too. But yeah, Nikola Tesla may be a good guy. I heard he dabbled in eugenics. I haven't seen the proof, like I said. I'm looking for that. Someone told me that. If that's the case, I decry any eugenics. But he did give us a lot of great stuff, which we should be indebted to him for. All right, we're gonna see if. All right, he's installing Chrome right now. So let's see. We'll see. Ernie's saying, "What's my take on what? What's my take on Cinco de Mayo?" Well, a lot of people don't know that actually it's not Mexican Independence Day. It's actually a battle, and actually most people, even fewer people know that the majority of the people battling on behalf of Mexico, a lot of them were African descent, former slaves, because apparently in the Mexican Constitution they were granting freedom. So people went and fought. So the reason people can thank guys eating tequila and tacos and all that stuff today is because of revolutionary black dudes. So that's cool too. Just a fun fact. Because nobody cares. It's just a reason to party. That's what all these pagan holidays are. They're just a reason to party. And it's good to hang out with family and friends. But I thought it was particularly funny and especially hypocritical and ironic the last couple of years when we celebrated Independence Day while having no independence or freedom whatsoever. While every fundamental right that we have was gone. And they can take it. Well, they take it away in case of emergency. Well, if they can take your rights away, you never had rights. You had privileges. That's why these motherfuckers wrote them down. It's called a Bill of Rights to make sure they didn't forget. They were almost going to leave it out because it was too obvious. Like, yeah, duh. But they were like, I believe it was James Madison who was like, nah, we need to put this in here, dog. We need to make sure they know, and they still don't know, right? They still don't know. So, yeah. Trying to send your email. Try sending to my email. Okay. Let's try it that way. All right. I make the old man sigh things because I'm like a boomer dog. All right, let's see. It says he's backstage again, which is ridiculous because he's not backstage. Let's see if he is backstage. No, he's not backstage. It's weird. It's saying he's backstage here, so I don't know. We'll try a few more minutes to get him on. If that doesn't work, we're gonna probably have to reconnect tomorrow because he's got plans after this too. Yeah, and Elon too. Another thing I didn't mention in my Elon Musk video, which nobody watched. I'm glad someone brought Elon Musk up. Not only is he friends with Peter Thiel, who's the guy that's talking about human blood. I'm just gonna show you all this stuff. Okay. So he and Musk, right? I've actually never even looked at this. Palantir Technologies. Let's take a look at this too. Palantir is the stuff that spies and everything. Look at this. Used by counterterrorism analysts at the United States intelligence community. Um, Look, Morgan Stanley, National Security Systems, all this, Department of Defense. They're basically the people that spy on you and give it to the government. That's Palantir. All right. First outside investor in Facebook. All right. PayPal. Right. So this is saying that he's not harvesting the blood of the the young. That's the first thing. But this is from Vanity Fair. He wants to inject himself with young people's blood. There's a video of it too, but just check it out for yourself. I'm not getting into all this, but you can see he's Bilderberg too, right? And then Daily Mail, Eric Schmidt, guy that created former CEO, I believe, of Google, and Peter Thiel at the Bilderberg Group, Trump advisor, right? So Trump also said Wilbur Ross, best friends with Jeffrey. That's Eric Schmidt. There's Peter Thiel right there. Boom, Bilderberg. All right. So Peter Thiel, Musk. PayPal, right? Yeah. They work together. PayPal, right? So you got him hanging out with that guy. Then you got this picture here, right? Doesn't mean anything. Just because somebody is pictured together doesn't mean anything. But then you also got him stealing Tesla energy, stealing the name Tesla. Let's see if we got our guess now. Let's see if this works. Yes. Okay. God, holy shit, we got it. Okay, Richard, welcome finally to the stream. Oh, he popped out. Damn it! I just have him. Okay, here he is. Okay, I think we got him. All right, Rich, you here with me, player?
Yeah, what's up, buddy? Sorry about all the technical difficulties.
Oh, that's not your fault, man. Welcome. I'm glad we finally got you. I was able to cover some side rabbit hole stuff too.
All right. Yeah, I'll have to come back and watch that in a little bit.
Yeah, and well, one of the things too we covered, which is something you probably may have already known, I wanted to show you, but we kept it moving. But was Richard Nixon, pardon me, David Rockefeller on cover of Newsweek on April 3rd, 1968, and he's sitting in front of the World Trade Tower site, which is about to be constructed, and his watch is sitting there on 9/11, which was just pretty interesting. I didn't believe it at first, but we had that popped up. So I'm gonna get this on screen, and we can dive right into this. But
while you said that, the other day when you were talking to Zach, I typed in the comments that Rockefeller equals 110, and the stories the buildings are 110 stories tall, and then you got the 11 in there when you take the 0 out.
Yeah, and a lot of people, if you're just joining, taking the 0 was a non-number. It was a placeholder, so 0 can kind of be used interchangeably or not even at all, too. And that's outside of Gematria.
That's how they help hide it, Will. They like 903. That is be symbolized for 93, but the average Joe would just see 903 and not even know. So it's how they hide their symbolism.
Exactly. They have their own secret code, and we've already discussed that pretty in depth here. And I'm definitely no expert, and neither do I claim to be, but I definitely pointed out. We definitely talk about the symbolism, and that's something that's pretty much irrefutable. And this is something else too, Gematria, which Manly P. Hall and the ancient Hebrew mystics and the ancient Greeks were all involved in. So I think it would be ridiculous to not at least kind of learn a little bit more about this and see what's going on here, because we've already established a lot of things that we're doing, and if we're missing something important here, then that's something that we need to be focused on. So,
Will, I'm glad you said that, because for your audience, they saw Zach the other day, and of course he's great, and he's going to teach you the gematria, and he's going to show you from all angles. But something I've done over the last 4 years is I promote Zach's work without showing so much gematria, because your average Joe will pass it off or ignore it, or not believe it. They'll think it's a coincidence. But we can show them a million things of gematria on the calculator. But what I've done is take major events that Zach's taught me and typed them out into a story. So you can read the story of 9/11 through Zach's eyes. But I'll show some gematria within the paragraphs, but I'm mainly just showing the deception. And then you can be guided to Zach and learn the gematria yourself. So I feel like I've typed the stuff out so a kindergartner could understand it, in other words. And I think it's a huge piece based, to add on to what you just said, if there's more we're missing here. I think my work, which is Zach's work, paints the picture for people to now understand that people of power are ritualistic. They use gematria. They hide with prime numbers, days remaining in the year. The California fire, which we will cover, just shows how the number 118 was coded all over Los Angeles from the time it was established. So we proved that, So go ahead. I just wanted to get that out there.
No, I appreciate that. So let's take it from this first one that you sent me. And I'll read this Facebook post, and you can find him on Facebook, Richard Quinn. And we also have an event too that we're going to talk about briefly before he leaves. But you can find both of us, find Richard Quinn on Facebook, so you can find these posts and also the gathering, the nonviolent gathering that we've already started, but we're for this September.
I do post a lot on my Richard Quinn page. Also, Daily Dose of Gematria, which I believe they can see that's my name on here. That's my side page where I'll post Zach's videos. I'll, post the riddles. I'll try to get people to get Gematria Effect News t-shirts, stuff like that.
Well, I'll make sure to put that up on screen too. So just remind me on that, but I'll make sure I get that up there.
Absolutely.
All right. So this is a post from January 14th. Might be my favorite version of the. I'm going to use a couple code words here, guys, for anybody that doesn't know. So
you're doing the virus riddle.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's the word I didn't want you to say, but yes.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. You didn't know. So that word now is the cooties, right? That word is the cooties, and when we're talking about this, it's the cootie shot. So that's what I'm just going to be substituting those words, but I'm not going to be editing any of his words besides possibly just doing a terrible job at reading. But all right, might be my favorite version of the cooties riddle I've typed yet. I've been blogging in a private group, and they made me an admin right away after showing them 9/11 and Colin Kaepernick's kneeling ritual. It takes energy to type this stuff out, so it's always appreciated when I see showing it to others or taking time to read them. That's right. People, we put a lot of work into doing this stuff, so it's very much appreciated. And the reason we're still like doing things is sharing. That's our whole goal, is getting to new people. Truth of the cooties stuff. At Gematria Effect News 24, now Channel 25, well before the cooties was declared, the shutdown was declared, we saw it coming. They gave clues in the news when politicians were saying things or mocking us. To start, they live running simulations not covered by the media. The ones I'll tell you about are Clade X and Event 201. Clade X was a simulation of the pandemic on May 15th, 2018. Turns out just to be a coincidence that was a span of 666 days before the March 11th was declared. Now let's get into Billy Boy Fence and Event 201, which I shouldn't even be saying that. Bill has always advocated for world depopulation. On a TED Talk in 201, that we can depopulate and reduce carbon emissions if we use cootie shots properly. He literally said that on the show. We've covered that. And anyone can look this stuff up. Funny how the media doesn't talk about that, right? On October 18, 2019 was not only the day when he simulated the shutdown, but it was also the same day the military world games began in all places. Wuhan, China. You might be able to stop and think and see the mockery there. Event 201 simulated a pandemic that could kill 65 million people. As I always say, ritualistic people use numbers not only to mock us, but to hide their deception. Why was it named Event 201, and why 65 million people? I'll start with, if you have any questions on who's running the show for everything in the world, it's the Jesuits. I can't believe I'm reading all this stuff right here out loud on my channel, because
there's a lot more. We actually dove into one of the longest ones right off the bat, which that's okay. But
well, that's good. Let's get the long one out of the way. So, guys, all you have to do is focus on this one right here.
This one's very important. And people, as we go through these, some of them are a lot easier, like the Super Bowl ones. Just please listen for the repetitive numbers.
Yep, that's all you're looking for now, and then you're going to go back later. I'll put all the links to this in the description. And,
you're doing great, though, Will. Please, I know I was running my mouth a little bit in this one. It'll get to the points. It will get to the points.
But yes, as we talked about on the channel, the Jesuits, they're the military branch of the Catholic Church. They operate in 112 countries, and that's why we have 112 being the alt emergency dialing code, and lots of shown mockery over the years with that number. In the 1700s, Catherine the Great once saved 201 Jesuits. That's where the name comes from. I'm glad you reminded me. It's a very special number to this group. Let's start off by saying in Gematria, William Henry Gates equals 201. That's exactly why it's called Event 201. After the shutdown was declared, Pope George Mario Bergoglio moved to dorm 201 in the Vatican. His name equals 201 in Gematria as well. I don't really teach Gematria, but I do show some examples as you see. Zachary K. Hubbard at Gematria Effect News 24, now 25, has lifetime's worth of Gematria memorized, and I just share his work and guide people for building purposes. So the Pope's name equals 201. He moved to Durham 201, and Bill Gates' name equals 201, and he hosted Event 201 along with the World Health Organization and Johns Hopkins. So why did Event 201 say 65 million people? Also, how do you even have simulations of shutdowns and they be legitimate anyways? In Gematria, pandemic equals 65. A clue that Bill was born and bred to be for this seems to be a special number to him. Bill and Melinda were once married on Bill's 65th day of age, and Event 201 was on Melinda's 65th day of her age. Imagine the odds that both of those fit. 1/365th chance on both. A few weeks later, after Event 201, Bill starred in a Netflix documentary called The Next Pandemic. We've all heard of predictive programming. We're showing you at its finest here. There are so many more examples Zachary has exposed with Gematria, like you'll see another cipher, you know what, cootie bad equals 155. I wasn't shocked at all here in Indiana when the news said Hoosier residents will receive an extra $155 in food stamps. This is the stuff they do. The world of athletes and celebrities act as poster boys for propaganda like this. They are part of the secret societies that run it all as well. Makes sense they are given $1 million jobs and give good lives. So it's no surprise that Jesuit pawn Tom Hanks was the first celebrity to come down with the cooties. He's the same man that starred in the movie Inferno. Inferno was mainly about a billionaire advocating for depopulation, kind of like Bill Gates. You know that movie came out on Bill Gates' birthday? So here's where Hank really showed his hand to us at Gematria Effect News. He tweeted after he got sick. His post had a picture of a Corona beer typewriter.
Typewriter.
Looked up typewriter, more mockery, and he told the public, quote, symptoms are the same, but we're feeling better. But, quote, dang it, my wife is leading in gin rummy by 201 points. That's right. That's right. I remember that stupid video he did. In the media or stuff like this, they use their numbers to mock us. That's kind of like what they do with the symbols, guys. We pointed out the symbolism and how they kind of do that. They just throw it up on the back of the dollar bill and everywhere. They put the two symbols of fascism right on the side of Congress to show you that this is not a republic. This is, they're mocking you, laughing. This is fascism. Ha, ha, ha. So this is an interesting way that they might be laughing at us, guys. And I do see a lot of synchronicities in these numbers, to say the least. So this is definitely fascinating.
What are the odds? What are the odds that he's going to say that 201 points right in the start of the pandemic?
And he's a major person that these people have promoted for a long time. And I have my own thoughts, which I'm going to leave it on that. And you guys can go check out my opinion on Demand the Truth on Tommy Boy. Back to Bill Gates, who's out of Seattle, Washington, where the giant symbolic Space Needle is. I always thought that moment was cool. I always thought the monument was cool, but now I see it's been a symbolic mockery all these years. Let's start with the fact that beer means crown. That is true. That's true. The crown of a sun, too, by the way, and I bet you he's going to talk about that. And the Jesuit symbol is a sun. You know what I'm saying? Gates is out of King County near Seattle. The first major case in Seattle outside of mainland China was on January 21st. We write that 121. I forgot to mention above that the movie Inferno is 2 hours, 1 minute long. So on a DVD player would look like 201. So that means the movie is 121 minutes, just like the first major case in Seattle on 121. So it's so funny. Sirius XM, the you know what channel, is channel 121, which is also interesting because Sirius, we've talked about Sirius and the significance there. From Tom Hanks' birthday until the movie came out was a span of 121 days. Trump had pushed the original lockdown date to April 30th with the leap year. That's the 121st day of the year. Other notables in Gematria, World Health Organization 121. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation 121, John Hopkins University 121. Now on to the reflection of 65. Remember how pandemic equals 65? Well, coronavirus 56. And Zach can show you a million examples how I've been mocked with 56. And that is a number that does come up quite frequently in my brief.
And tomorrow's May 6th, baby.
That's true. That's true. So people were asking Zach on my stream the other day if he was thinking something happened. He was like, I'm not sure. I don't have anything particularly predicted on that, but we'll have to wait and see. So
people always say, well, when are you guys going to start predicting something? First, I have like the short list just in my head of the sports that he's predicted. I can name 10 of them right now.
Yeah, name a couple of those. You don't have to name 10, but name a few of those so people can understand.
Okay. Do you mind if we save that for when we segue into the sports?
Yeah, good idea. Good idea. Perfect.
Thank you.
All right. So now we're on to 56. All right. Governor
I didn't list all the million things that equal 56 that have to do with what's the nickname? What's the nickname for the word?
For which one? The cooties?
Yeah, cooties. Sorry. Yeah. That's gonna throw me off because I'm not used to.
I know it. Trust me. I still be saying stuff all the time. It's really tough.
Well, I forget what I was gonna say about it now. It doesn't matter. We got plenty. Oh, I breezed through the 56s. I think on here is what I was gonna say.
Yeah. No. You start going through them right here. It looks like. All right. Governor Gavin Newsom's name equals 56, and he literally said 56% of California will get the cooties in 8 weeks. For some added mockery, we know 8 weeks is also 56 days. So why such a specific number, 56? Why not 50 or 60? It's because they contrive their numbers and mock us with them. You'll see screenshots attached to this showing a few examples of it. My favorite 56 example is back from 1956. Elvis Presley, who was a wizard, took the very first televised cootie shot. I didn't know that. Wow. Oh my God, if cool Elvis could do it, I mean, come on, everyone has to do it.
Exactly. Now everybody would do it. That's why the celebrities like in the NBA,
like Russell Brand,
they're all poster boys for the cooties.
Yep.
And it's self-explanatory. Go ahead. No, this next part's gonna blow your mind.
So when the public sees celebrities take cootie shots or wear masks or speak for 9/11, it gives it the legitimacy it needs. People also take the cooties or wear the mask. So we find it funny that Elvis took it on TV on Bill Gates' first birthday. Inferno comes out on Bill's birthday. Some country near the UK got locked down last year on Bill's birthday. Talk about par for the course. So all this just goes to show not only its agenda, but the Gates family was born and bred for this. And that's something, too, that we've talked about, the history of the Gates family. Them and their numeric rituals. Remember in the 80s, it was the war on drugs. Then 19 years later, the war on terrorism with 19 hijackers. And 19 years later, it was the war on germs with 19. My last example is the rap artist Dr. Creep, who is conveniently not around anymore. I never heard of him. He had a hit rap song called Pandemic or something like that. You can easily search YouTube and just type these keywords, Dr. Creep Pandemic lyrics.
Let's play that right now. Let's play that right now.
I'll pull it up in a sec, but I'm not going to play it right now just over copyright strike. I never play anybody else's stuff.
Let's really, okay, let me explain. I'm glad I forgot about that. To me, if I'm out here on the street promoting this, the first thing I can tell people is go to YouTube, type in Dr. Creep, pandemic, lyrics, those 3 words, and it's going to pop right up. And in a minute into the song, he specifically says 2020 combined with cooties.
Wow, look.
We just opened and shut the case right there. I mean, what?
Yeah, look, this is from 8 years ago, timestamped. Look at this. 3.7 million views. So what is that?
He probably wasn't popular on purpose, Will. That's why you've never heard of him. You know what I mean? But like you hear the song, it sounds good in the beginning. You're like, I don't like it or promote it now. I think it's a piece of trash of predictive programming. But, I'm just saying, like, it seems like something a lot of people probably heard but he probably wasn't put out there because they say he died, but he probably didn't even. It's probably a fake death. It's just all a ritual. It's all for predictive programming. You know what I mean? And after the show, please do go listen to that song, and a minute in, it tells you all you need to know.
Damn, it's telling me I gotta log into Facebook now. What the hell? I wasn't logged in before. I don't even remember my login. It wasn't telling me to log in before. Hold on. What the hell?
I mean, it's just like I think this Dr. Creep rap song is one of the most blatant predictive programmings of all time, because when you're in 2020 and you're hearing that song from 2013, then you add on Billy Boy's Decade of Vaccines. You said 201. It was 2010 when I might have had a typo in there. Sorry. It's 2010 when Bill did that depopulation speech on TED Talk. But when you look at 2010, you see a 201 there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know why this is not letting me. It's view without.
I never really log in. I stay logged into Facebook automatically. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I know. It's weird that it went away. Hold on, let me see if I can get it. Let's get the link here. Hang with me, guys. If you're just joining, share the video, please. Get some new eyeballs on all this information.
Yeah, and we started off hot with the cooties here, man, and that'll probably get me warmed up. And the Super Bowl ones would be easy. I know them off the top of my head. So, but like the Kobe and the cooties, those you got to go through like we're doing.
So we got 2 paragraphs left here. So and then I'll read it off my phone here. Well, basically just saying.
Yeah, if I'm rambling on the post, you don't got to.
No, you're just basically giving Zach credit and showing people where to get new information to. And then you start kind of segueing into sports, the NBA number 113. But before we go on to the next one, I will show you guys on screen here the screenshots of the. Hold on, let's get ourselves big out here. All right, let's see. So, see if y'all can see that. Hold on. Press 1 in the chat if y'all can see that, the word that's there. Can I even see the word?
All those numbers. It's on comments.
Okay, so basically, these are screenshots. The first one's the Gematria from the Gematrinator, which we pulled up the other night too. And I can just show you up, but basically, you know what? The cooties equals 155, 56 in its full reduction. And then also that next one is not a screenshot. All right, so then the next one we get into is the NFL. Now this one's pretty interesting, right? So this one, and then this is from Facebook, Daily Dose of Gematria. We'll put that up on, we'll see if we can get Daily Dose of Gematria up on screen in the meantime. Or if it's going to make me log in for that too. Like, what the hell, dude?
Gene, I going through the coronavirus ritual. Sorry, it's
all good. Not your fault. Trust me.
Cooties, it's all good. We'll slip through the cracks. When I'm watching you read this, and I need to shave off some of my ramblings and stick to the key points. All of us in this community, my whole goal for 4 years with Zach has been to get us all on the same page, and I really think Oklahoma City was a part of that. I think we all have to show the public the same thing. So it's got to be something like this, what we're showing, Will, in my opinion.
Well, hey, I'm just a dude, right? That's you know, I always try to think of like, you know, what am I, right? Because I'm not a journalist, although anybody can be a journalist. I'm not an activist, although I can be an activist. I'm just a dude. I'm just a dude.
The first thing that came to mind is you're a stand-up person, Will.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I do appreciate the flattery, but no, I'm
You're
just a
doing
dude.
this right now. How can you not be a stand-up person? And that's what we need is stand-up people. You're
Hey, you know
learning.
what? I don't know the first thing about gematria. Well, I'm starting to learn the first thing, so I should say actually I do know the first thing or two about gematria. But this is actually a significant part of all this. If Manly P. Hall, if the Kabbalists are into this, if the ancient Greeks are into this, there's something here. There's something here. And
Well, remember what was one of the first things I told you on message? See if you can remember. We'll give you a pop quiz.
I'm not going to be able to do that. I can
Not,
definitely scan
not
back easily.
everything. Our shirt says gematria. You know, it's gematria effect news, but not everything's gematria. We're basically when you're looking at Zach's work through my lens here, when we get through these, you're just gonna know. You're not gonna even. You don't need to learn more gematria at that point. You've just learned that the people that run this world have long, ongoing agendas waged against us, and they're ritualistic. That's the main point that I need the public to see. Oh, sure, everybody thinks the government's crooked, or they think, I wonder if sports are rigged, right? Well, we prove it, and they need confronted. And screw the gematria. That I hate gematria. That's why you don't see me out here trying to be one of the decoders. I have nothing against the decoders, but to me, those decoders should be pounding pavement and showing people the proof that we already have. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
have the truth of 9/11. We have the truth of the cooties.
Yeah.
We're going to show you just how scripted the NFL is for Tom Brady. I mean, we have it so exposed that Tom Brady would not want to run into me in public, bro, because I'm just going to totally expose him, bro. There's no way he can deny any of it.
What would you say to Tom if because I know what I would say to him. I would say, hey, why are you wearing Uggs? Aren't you a grown up?
Dude, Tom Brady to me is Mr. 9/11, and
Okay, so let's get into Tom Brady a little bit because let me tell you, like
let's
I used
segue into sports. We got the coronavirus. We
yep,
did that.
we got that. So let's talk about sports, and it's a wide range to talk about, and we could start wherever you want, but I do think it's interesting Tom Brady, right? Because I mean, I used to watch sports, and then when I woke up to stuff, I stopped watching sports, but I still watched football for like a season or two afterwards. And then it was the Patriots Super Bowl when they were facing what was it, the Giants? When that was the year they were like almost undefeated and they
Yeah,
lost in the Super
yeah.
Bowl.
That had
And
to be a magnet glove on that one.
let me tell you, man, that I was watching sports big time back then, and I used to be a sports nerd when I was a kid. Like my uncle used to give me a gift card every year to Borders, and I would get the sports almanac, with all the
Right,
players and stuff like that, everything. And so I can tell you all sorts of random shit, like who
bro.
was the only major league baseball player to hit it inside the doghouse home run. It's Cap Anson, and he has one of the most ridiculous, expensive things. So I can tell you all these ridiculous things. I was watching that, and I used to watch the old NFL, the classic games, and everything. I was a huge sports guy back in the day.
I'm a former lifelong Cubs fan and a former lifelong Dolphins fan.
Oh
So
man, sorry to hear that.
I'm right there. No, but you know what? It was funny because I got to see the Cubs win the World
That's
Series
right. They recently won the World Series like 10
as a
years
fan.
ago.
But here's the ironic part though. As a fan, and then just months later is when I found Zach's work, and I was watching more and more videos to see if it was a conspiracy theory or not. And I realized no, that's impossible. It's all true. So I'm not a fan. I was able to drop being a sports fan right away, and because they betrayed me, man. I was a very loyal fan, and I just got mocked all my life.
Yeah, and that's
So
the thing is too. It's like you're getting mocked by these people, and like you could even tell too. Like they kind of lay it on thick with the way Tom Brady and certain things that I mean, we've even had Brian Toohey, who was a former sports journalist, who
I'm
quit
going to tell you right. I'm sorry to cut you off, but
no, go
right,
ahead.
I'm glad you said that. I'm going to tell you right now that like when Tom Brady was cheating, this is what people need to know. When Tom Brady was cheating, that's a narrative that they put out there, because if the public all thinks Tom Brady's cheating, they have no idea it's all scripted and predetermined.
And the thing is, yeah,
you get that point.
So yeah, let's get into sports and the reasons. And we're talking about, Zach said something that was pretty interesting to me, because I always talk about how everything is vibration. Radio, television, internet waves, light is just vibration. Everything is a vibration. And when people ask him why, he's not one of these guys. He's pretty humble. He's very humble. I mean, when I went out to OKC, he treated everybody as even more than peers. He wasn't the guy that was up on stage and everyone was cheering for him. I mean, he was the guy going to the airport picking motherfuckers up. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of guy that Zach seems like.
Yeah, me and him have had ups and downs, because I think he's misunderstood things, because he never met me, and I was building with this, what I'm doing right now, trying to confront those responsible, and I'm trying to use Zach's community.
So yeah, what would you say to good old Tom Brady if you get a chance to confront him?
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, let's start with Super Bowl 49. I mean, I would just shout out the numbers to him, I guess, as quickly as I can. But there's a million. I'd basically just let him know how ritualistic he is, and I'm one of the 6 people that can tell him how scripted his career is.
Well, and just to back up your point too, Tom Brady once said at a press conference that his wife is like a mini witch, and he has these altar and these crystals, and he prays and does rituals. So he's not. So Richard Quinn from Daily Dose of Gematria, he's not just saying Tom Brady's ritualistic. Tom Brady himself is telling you he's real ritualistic while wearing Uggs. What kind of man wears Uggs? Not me. Sorry, keep going.
I don't even know what those are, bro, to be honest.
Those are the girls' shoes that are. Well, put Uggs up on screen. You don't know what Uggs are? Yes, you do, dog. Look, these are.
I'm not wearing those, bro. I have no. You know what I mean? So I'm with you.
Tom Brady wears Uggs.
Bro.
All right, so yeah, let's talk about how sports is rigged, and that's the point I was going to make real quick, and I'll let you.
I'm gonna go into the sports with ending the 9/11. We don't need to go over 9/11 today, because a lot of the viewers have heard it a million times, but people need to read that and memorize that. It's real easy. The ending, I believe, I typed out how when Brady came into his first game, Hall of Famer Drew Bledsoe had went down with an injury, which I think's a fake staged injury myself. When you have Mo Lewis of the Jets, and Jets are associated with 9/11, obviously, come crashing down into Drew Bledsoe, number 11. So a jet brought 11 down like the buildings.
Wow, interesting.
Emerging, bringing rise to Tom Brady. Now, when a real jet supposedly hit the buildings that look like 11s, arose the Patriot Act. So with just that right there, I look at Tom Brady's rise being synced with, in a sick joke, to 9/11. So here we are. I got Super Bowl 49. That's the first one I go to. There's more. As Zach says, there's always more. But these are the key ones that I show. So if you want to go to our links again, and it'll take you about a minute to read Super Bowl 49.
Yep, gotcha. I'll go to that right
Here's what I'll say before you read all 3 of these. 49 and 51.
Okay.
Both are synced with the amount of playoff victories Tom Brady has in his career and the date. So enjoy. Super Bowl 49 is our easiest riddle that we show.
Okay, good. This is an easy one. So it was the Seahawks, Patriots, and this is a post from February 5th on Facebook. I want everyone to go over and like that. This Facebook page here, Daily Dose of Gematria, Gematria. February 5th is the post. You guys can read along at home after you've liked it. Super Bowl 49 riddle. The entire world was asking, Why didn't Marshawn Lynch run the ball? When you see 1 yard to win the Super Bowl and you have the baddest running back in the league, you'll always run the ball there. That's true. You wouldn't take a chance and throw an interception. Exactly right. Here, I'll show you exactly why the Seahawks threw the ball and lost the Super Bowl. It was just another ritual for Tom scripted Brady. Tom Uggs, mocha latte, basic bitch Brady. It was 2-1, which looks like the number 21.
It was 2nd and 1.
It was
Second
second and 1. Okay, sorry. Yep. Okay, I thought you were saying it was numbers 2 and 1. It was 2nd and 1. Yep, sorry. Which looks like the number 21. Russell Wilson dropped back and took his 21st pass attempt of the game, and it was intercepted by number 21 of the defense. He fell to the ground to secure the game with 21 seconds rolling off the clock, and the Patriots won, and that happened on February 1st, or 2-1. Do you see how the date was synced to this with all the 21s? I wonder if the game was in tribute to Agenda 21, which also 21 is the reflection of 12, Tom Brady's number. Also, I'm real sure Tom Brady picked up his 21st playoff win in the game. Are we surprised? That's pretty crazy.
On February 1st, 2/1, the Seahawks need 1 yard to win the Super Bowl, and they got 3 chances at it. And on 2nd down and 1 on February 1st, or 2/1, Russell Wilson drops back for his 21st pass attempt of the game. It's intercepted by Malcolm Butler, number 21 of the defense. He falls to the ground a second or two later, and there's 21 seconds rolling off the clock. I've verified it myself on YouTube's videos. And Tom Brady gets his 21st playoff win on February 1st. But you're not going to hear the announcers say it's Tom Brady's 21st playoff victory. They're just looking at it like he won the Super Bowl. They're not, because that's where their deception's hidden right there. So if anybody wants to debunk what we just showed there with their little ritual, when people always say, oh, the whole team would have to be on it, or somebody would leak it out, or not every player has to be in on that. You know, they probably don't see it just like I didn't until I was shown it, you know. So if
and
anybody
that's the thing the thing is a lot of these events you don't have to manipulate, in my opinion. You know, I'm not in there, but from what we've gleaned from Brian Toohey, former sports journalist who wrote a book called The Fix Is In, and you know, shows the FBI documents. I mean, this.
Just a second, bro. I'm getting a call. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, you're all good.
I got people coming over for poker, but this is more important. I'll be doing this.
Oh, no, man. We'll let you get to your thing. We don't want to overload them too, but let's at least do the Super Bowl 51 too, before you go. But yeah, I mean, they don't have to have every person working in concert with one another. If they have a few of the major players, but more importantly, the referees, you can change the momentum of an entire game yourself. So let's talk about Super Bowl 51. This is also, again, from Daily Dose of Gematria. We're going to put that back up on screen.
On the show. It'll be starting in a minute.
And we'll let this guy, we'll let him have a day off, because this guy never really takes a break. Even on his day off, he's working. So Daily Dose of Gematria, that's on Facebook. I want you guys to go over there and give it a like, share, and subscribe. Please log in and do that. You can find his YouTube channel and everything here. And some videos from when we were down in OKC as well. So you definitely want to check that out. But yeah, this will be the one we end off on. So
Let
can chill.
Am I back, bro?
I'm sorry?
Oh, am I back? I'm sorry, I had to answer the door. So
no, it's all good. Let's do this last one on Super Bowl 51.
We can do, if you want, we can do a couple more because they don't really take long. I just had my first person arrive for poker. It's all good.
Okay, cool.
He didn't know what I was doing here.
Gotcha.
So you know what I mean? So we can go through some still as promised, if as long as you have time.
No, yeah. I won't keep you too long though. But let's
No, I'm not tripping. I already knew. It's all good. Poker will start after we're done with this.
All right, cool. Yeah. So we'll do a couple more. It's good to enjoy yourself and have fun too. Trust me. So Daily Dose of Gematria, this is February 5th, 2021. It's up on screen. Like, share, and subscribe to that. Super Bowl 51, the famous 25-point comeback. If you read this and can't tell that sports are ritualistically scripted, there isn't much we can do for you. Check your critical thinking skills for sure. It's short and to the point. Here we have exposed gematria, dates on the calendar, and prime numbers being used. It was the NFL's 97th season. 97 is a 25th prime number. The tribute started prior to the season. The league changed the touchback from the 20-yard to the 25-yard. Why? Because the AFC was sitting on 24 all-time Super Bowl wins, looking for their 25th. Zach knew the Patriots would be in the bowl, but was figuring out who they would play. We couldn't ignore the fact that in gematria, 25 Falcons equal 25. Wow, interesting. It ended up being them, of course. During the game, the Falcons had a 28-3 lead in the late third quarter, which means a comeback is literally almost impossible, but the Patriots came back and won in scripted fashion, overcoming a 25-point deficit, giving the AFC their 25th championship. Brady and Belichick picked up their 25th career playoff win. Belichick becomes 5-2 in Super Bowls, reflection of 25. You may be able to guess the date of this was February 5th or 2-5. And for icing on the cake, one more excellent point is Lady Gaga performed the halftime show. Her birthday is March 28th or 3/28. When the Patriots were down 25 points, any idea what the score was? Yeah, 3/28, just after halftime, like her birthday. We show all this stuff all the time. That's pretty crazy right there. And then some rando comments, yay, conspiracy theories. What was that?
Yeah, there's always going to be a couple of those, bro.
Trust me, I get a whole bunch of trolls. I know all about them. I'm an expert.
Most of the time, I don't get an answer back from people, probably because it was shadow banned, and they don't even see my comment, with the link of these on there. But yeah, just for me to summarize what you just read, if you're getting my words, a 25-point comeback on 2/5, February 5th. It was the 97th NFL season, and 97 is the 25th prime number. They changed the touchback to the 25 for the first time in our life, in tribute to the AFC getting their 25th ever Super Bowl. Tom Brady picked up his 25th playoff win, all on February 5th. I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. So the two Super Bowls we've shown so far, like I said, both have Brady's number of playoff wins synced with the date.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting how you see these numbers pulling up again and again, and now I'm kind of seeing how potentially using this, you could kind of make some predictions. And from what I've heard, Zach has been pretty efficient, at least.
Yeah,
kind of getting.
You wanted to know a short list off my memory of game stuff that he's predicted, and I'll be more than happy to share that. That was a good segue there. Cubs versus and he didn't have the Indians, but he guaranteed that the Cubs would win the World Series in spring training. Now, I hadn't found his work quite yet, but I watched every video on his old channels, which some old channels are still up. If people type in Zachary K. Hubbard, you'll find a couple channels with some older content. And all that's valuable, although people say it's old news. No, this is life-changing information, that can really shape a person's mind into what he really is teaching. People got to get off the gematria thing, I think, because it's just my opinion, because we've already got a lifetime's worth of gematria we've exposed. So if people could just watch all 30,000 of his videos that were destroyed, it's all there. I've watched every video. So, but I found his work after I got to see the Cubs win the World Series as a fan. So then I learned it was all rigged. Let's go right in. Let's quickly cover the. You don't have to read the Chicago Cubs riddle I have that you could be reading, but I can just say what it is. The Cubs were in a 108-year drought, and it's funny, like with their symbolism, the Sears Tower is 108 stories tall.
Wow.
I find that interesting. Well, let's see. Did you know there's 108 stitches on a baseball?
I did not know.
Yeah. Did you know there was a famous Chicago fire on October 8th in history?
I
10
didn't know that
slash
date, but yes.
10/8 is another 108. Now it's funny, the Cubs played the Indians. There's 108 stitches on a baseball, but they're double stitches. So that's 216. Any idea what the Cleveland area code is?
216.
That's who they played in the World Series. Now, 3, 4 weeks before the World Series, they still have commercials and logos for the World Series. And every logo is different every year, themed, you know. They had the baseball stitches bordering that year's World Series logo. And that's a fun fact that a lot of people don't realize. And like I seen this myself. So when I look at all the other World Series logos, not one of them has the baseball stitches as the border of their logo. And this one did. We didn't know who was going to be in the World Series yet. So I find it funny with what I just showed with the baseball stitches, Cubs in Cleveland, that the stitches were, I think that's evidence with art, with the work we show. That's clear evidence. You know what I mean? That it's all predetermined.
Someone here is saying in the chat, "Made in USA" says 100 minutes into Back to the Future 2 runtime, Cubs win. That's pretty interesting. I wonder if that's true or not. But that's a pretty interesting, and I love Back to the Future. So you
Back
hit
to
on
the
it.
Future, I loved those movies, man. And they predict the Cubs. They're like a year off or something. And Trump, like
Yeah.
so yeah, they're exactly right about that. I just find that the Cubs were and Hubbard. Hubbard already thought of this stuff before everybody else, and in real time, I mean, this guy's guaranteeing in spring training the Cubs are going to the World Series, and that's exactly what happened. So he predicted Cubs versus the Cubs in the World Series. That another interesting one. He guaranteed the Mets. It was the Mets and the Royals. And nobody, if you went door to door, nobody in America would have picked the Mets to represent the National League in the World Series that year. And you know why? It's when you type in New York 111, and 111 is always about New York, and it was the 111th World Series. So, I mean, right there is clear cut evidence of why Hubbard was able to successfully make that prediction. And the Mets didn't win, but there's more to that too. I think it ended on 11/1 November 1st. You know what I mean? So, I mean, nobody could even watch this video and debunk some of what we've shown. So, Gonzaga versus Carolina. He's talked about that one a lot. He predicted that it'd be about the number 71, and then the team won with 71 points. Astros versus Dodgers. Because water puts out fire, and there are floods in Houston and fires in LA, which we can cover the California fire riddle, which is a big ritual. My mind's going blank now that I'm just live trying to think of them all, but there's a million. Tiger Woods, he didn't win a major for what, like 5-6 years or something. And Zach showed by the numbers, and anyone could have got 14-1 on their money that day. The guys predicted the Vegas. I'll pick a nickname for you. I don't want to. The Vegas thing.
Yeah.
A side of sports, when somebody tells you to circle that date on the calendar all year because he thinks something on the scale of 9/11 is going to happen, and then we have the worst mass shooting in history. I
That's
tend to
crazy.
listen.
Okay. That's crazy.
I tend to listen to what that guy says, and then he
Okay.
shows how I need that one typed out. Actually, I don't have it. I have some things by memory. Yeah, I think Highway 101's over there. And it would happen on 10/1, October 1st, and the concert, Jason Aldean's initials, J's the 10th letter, A's the first, like 10/1. But when you show me something like that, I tend to watch your videos. What
Yeah,
other
I'd say,
sports?
geez, that's pretty astonishing. I
Yeah,
didn't know that about Zach. I mean, that's incredible.
yeah, he shows how the number 223 is like the synagogue of Satan number. He's shown that a million times. And it's funny how Mandalay Bay, I think, I could be wrong. This is off the top of my head. Like Mandalay Bay might equal 223 in gematria, but I do remember this one that it happened exactly on the nose 223 months after Mandalay Bay construction or opened or whatever. Right on the nose. I checked it myself. It was like 223 months. And it just goes to show, like, that Zach's video got totally destroyed and taken down on the Vegas theater. We'll call it. But I don't know. I think real people probably did get shot, though. I think these false flags, what they're doing is they're getting worse and worse. They actually, in my opinion, I guess they actually kill people. I don't know. I mean, 9/11 blows my mind, man. And I can't wait to get to New York because I'm probably not going to be off the megaphone the entire time because I have the 9/11 riddle memorized like easy. Like I'd get an A plus, and I go right through the numeric rituals with that one. And I plan on blowing people's minds in New York.
And by blowing people's minds, he means peacefully through a megaphone, because they'll take
Well, yeah,
time
well, it's
to.
peacefully. It is peacefully because my goal right now, we obviously just
Making
can't
a
go
joke.
like win a war. We can't just go win a war with 30 of us and wearing t-shirts. I get that, but I'm wanting to confront them. So we need to inform more people and get more people on our side and grow. And you know what? I might be risking my life because I know I'm exposing the truth right now. I mean, if anyone's new to this and Will's channel here, here's what I'm gonna say. You tell me the odds that President Bush gave a famous speech of a new world order free of terrorism September 11th, 1990, which is exactly 11 years to the day of 9/11. The 11 years to the day that flight AA-11 crashed in New York, which is the 11th state, on the 11th day into the buildings portrayed as 11s. And then flight 77 crashed exactly 77 minutes after takeoff into the 77-foot tall Pentagon located on the American meridian, the 77th meridian. And yes, they changed the height of the Pentagon to 71 feet. We watched them do that. So that went. If how many people in New York know that? You know what I mean? And